Well, John Paul, your company started IASG in 1992. Can you
92. Yeah.
describe a little bit of why your father created the company and how it's grown since then?
It's an interesting question. We get asked it a lot, so I'm pretty used to answering this one, as I'm sure everyone at ISG gets asked, how did you get started? You know, my father started the company, as you said, in 1992, and his background primarily came from being a floor trader. So in the 80s and 70s and 80s, he grew up on the floor of the Board of Trade, trading primarily in grains. And after that time period, or towards the end of that time period, he started to really pay attention to more technical trading and started following and tracking what were then and still are called commodity trading advisors, people who were professionally trading for investors. And so that would have been the late 80s, and started ISG in 1992. Focusing on CTAs, tracking the early trend followers. So his migration from floor trading to following and tracking more professional traders just kind of followed that path.
And it didn't start with a website. Can you describe a little bit about how it did start and how the website became a more popular option as the business grew?
Yeah, I mean, with anything, technology really took over. So what he did in the early 90s with his brother at the time, who was a partner in the firm, was to track managers manually. He would call, Chesapeake Capital or Chesapeake and Dunn and all of the different managers that were around back then, and he'd get their performance from them over the phone. And then he'd use kind of a simple word processor and publish a printed report and mail it to prospective investors. So he had a list of prospective investors, and then he would mail it out. So today, obviously, that's not the way business is done. And he was, I believe it was in the late 90s when the internet started to take shape, converted from mailing, distributing via mail, and have everything being shown on a website. So people primarily know us today for IASG.com, our database.